If you're a technical professional, you've probably wasted countless hours sitting through pointless meetings. You've probably also spent a lot of your time moving from tab to tab, not really getting a whole lot done, and gone through seas of emails looking for single pieces of important information. However, if you're not a technical professional, it's important for you to understand these are all frustrating, ineffective, and expensive wastes of the individual's time and the business's time. That's why we present Slack to be the missing part to your team's success. Slack is a business-related communication program which is perfect for increasing the clarity and efficiency of communication in all scales of businesses. My name is Riley McMeans, and I'm a mechanical engineering student at Texas A&M University. And today I will be talking a little bit about the positive engineering qualities of adopting Slack. Later on, you will hear from Sophia Smith on some of the positive communications related qualities of adapting Slack to your workforce. So first, I will talk about what a knowledge base is and why Slack is so good at creating searchable knowledge bases. And then second, I will talk about how Slack allows for automation of some very basic tasks. And then third, I will talk about how Slack can be utilized to solve some of your problems a little bit quicker. So let us begin by talking about how Slack preserves information for your current employees and future employees. So first off, what is a knowledge base? A knowledge base is basically anything that contains important information that you could use to perform your job a little bit smoother. According to Gartner, which is a global research and advisory firm, 47% of digital workers struggle to find the information that they need to perform their jobs effectively. That is where Slack comes in with its great organizational qualities, where you can assign roles to teams in order to keep them organized. You can also break down certain aspects of the team into channels, like you can see in the image there with the example design project, where they have a place to put both files, frequently asked questions, a place to communicate, and a place to put some test results. According to Quartz, a business news outlet, NASA engineers at the Jet Propulsion Lab also use Slack to across their 110 building campus in order to coordinate the InSight Mars rover, which is one of the biggest feats in engineering to this day, which just shows the versatility of Slack and its ability to be used at such a large scale. Another key component of using Slack in this way is that it reduces the dependency on individuals that have very specialized expertise. Say, for example, someone is sick who has a lot of specialized knowledge, or maybe even that person gets let go. Projects are no longer halted whenever those people are not available, since their information is out there and readily accessible to everyone. Having access to information is not the only plus side of Slack. Slack is also equipped with some very basic tools for automation, which we'll talk about now. So this image here is what Slack likes to call a workflow, which a workflow is basically trying to automate messages being sent. An example of this is for onboarding. That's a very crucial step in a lot of the hiring process, which Slack is very good at helping to be a little bit more efficient. According to a survey conducted by Slack themselves, desk workers feel that about a third of their time is wasted on tasks that they consider to be low value or not meaningful to their job, which is pretty bad, considering that these people want to be doing more technical work instead of busy work. And another key aspect of workflows is that Slack is trying to implement AI that scrubs through conversations and finds frequently asked questions and automatically creating workflows for this without needing a human to actually go in and do anything. Another key aspect of workflows is that Slack is great for allowing people with no programming background to come in and try and play their hand at some automation stuff. All right, now moving on to how Slack can be used to solve problems a little bit faster. So as you see here in this picture, this is what Slack likes to call a huddle, which huddles can be started from both channels and DMs in order to start meetings very quickly instead of having to rely on something like Zoom and having to go to another platform. This is basically an in-house way of communicating without having to jump through a bunch of hoops. According to Harvard's Business Review, 71% of senior managers across a wide range of industries find that meetings are ineffective and unproductive. Slack tries to counteract this by making it so meetings are no longer something that takes a bunch of time, where they can be started quickly and end quickly. Additionally, threads prevent the cluttering of channels with side conversations and allow for a little bit more organization, which is just another way that problems can be solved a little bit faster and information can be stored in a better place. Clearly, Slack has some main advantages from an engineering perspective, but that's only part of the appeal. Now it's time to pass it over to Sophia to talk a little bit about the communications aspects of Slack.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I'm going to be talking about more of the features Slack offers for you and your team to succeed. To begin, let me tell you about the AI integrations Slack offers. So AI within Slack is used for communication channels, for summarization, and to look up natural languages rather than keyword searching. The Slack Help Center says Slack offers a set of generative AI tools built right into your workspace or enterprise organization so you and your team can be at your most productive. How is this helpful to your team, other than being productive? By using the AI tools, you are allowing Slack to use your conversation data to create an intuitive and secure AI experience tailored to you and your organization, says Slack Help Center. So having features like this in a software allows you and your team to have easy access to conversations and data that you need all in one place. It also makes it a lot easier for people not super familiar with Slack to become familiar with Slack very easily. Next, let me tell you how great of a collaboration tool Slack is. So Slack has a internal software called Slack Connect. What is Slack Connect? Slack Connect is an internal source of Slack that allows you to communicate with people outside of your team and organization, like external partners, vendors, clients, and stakeholders. According to an article from UMA Technology, Slack Connect transforms individual Slack workspaces into a shared environment where multiple organizations can collaborate, share files, and engage in real-time conversations. This means that Slack is giving your team the opportunity to easily collaborate with anyone outside your team, anyone outside your organization, but also the people within your team and organization. So it just makes it a lot more easier to expand your business as well. Slack Connect gives organizations better functionality by breaking down silos, which you often see in business communication, allowing for more fluid communication, says UMA Technology. That too allows you better ways to expand your business, your team, your organization, without having to use more than one site. To add on to that, Slack partners with apps so your team can stay organized with everything in the same place. Slack uses apps like Google Drive, Excel, and Word. And you can see that in the PowerPoint. I have an image that has the Google Drive symbol in the middle because I'm going to talk about Google Drive the most, and with other apps that can be installed onto Slack. So without ever leaving Slack, you can grant yourself access and your team access to these apps so everything is in the same place and you don't have to have multiple things open for your team to be organized. According to Fatima Wahab from Addictive Tips, it's super simple to install apps to Slack. All you do is visit the Slack app directory with a Google search, then select the app you want to install, click Add to Slack, and add whichever app you want. This is a super easy process, but if it's still too complicated and you have some questions, you can visit the Slack Help Center for a more in-depth explanation. Without leaving Slack, you can create new files, share files, grant access quickly, get Google Drive updates, reply to Google Drive comments, and search inside Google Drive files according to Brenna Miles from Make Use Of. This means your team can be so much more organized and only have to use one software. Like I said earlier, the whole point of Slack is to have all of your team's information, data, conversations in one place. So if someone misses something from a conversation, they can easily find it. If they have a question about data, they can easily find it. If they have anything that they're looking for, they can easily find it on Slack. One place. So, as I was saying, that was just all the things you can do with Google Drive. Imagine all the more things you can do having Word installed, Excel installed, every app that will help your business succeed onto Slack. Everything you need is on Slack. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, if you want your team to succeed, your organization to succeed, your business to succeed, use Slack. Slack is the best software out there for your team to retain valuable data, stay proactive, communicate effectively, and stay organized. As Riley said, Slack is a key component for a fast-paced work environment that works just as efficiently as you. So nothing can slow you or your team down. Thank you.